Hello, everyone. This is a recap of all the exciting under-the-hood details we shared about our next-generation mobile architecture for the first time. This is just a year after all the cool things we shared about Lunar Lake last year in Taipei. Today, I'm proud to introduce Panther Lake, built on 18A, with ribbon-fed and PowerVia technology right here in the home of Intel 18A, Arizona. Lunar Lake busted the myth that x86 architecture cannot be power efficient. Arrow Lake delivered significant multi-threaded performance. We challenged our engineering team to take both of this and put it in one scalable architecture. And they delivered. That is Panther Lake. And they didn't stop just there. They sprinkled in some extra goodies, which we are going to talk about in the rest of the presentation. For Panther Lake, we leaned into all of our engineering toolboxes: architecture, advanced packaging, new process technologies, and we created a multi-chiplet platform which can scale to offer choice points to our partners and end users so they can exactly pick what they want for their needs. That means Panther Lake offers more designs, more price points, and more experiences. What more do you need? Come on. So, like I said, we took the architectural learnings both from Lunar Lake and Arrow Lake. We took the IP and partition-agnostic fabric, along with our advanced Foveros packaging, to be able to deliver multiple different IPs manufactured in different process technologies, all put together in a flexible architecture. We separated out the graphics so that we can offer different graphics choice points, and also grouped all the I/O and platform IPs together. Now let's double-click into some of the core IPs. We have Cougar Core, which is the code name for our new P-Core, and we have Darkmont, which is the code name for our new E-Core and LP cores. These are both designed and optimized for 18A technology to offer better performance at lower power. And of course, our engineers had to overachieve with some IPC improvements and optimizations to go along with it. We have P, E, and LPE cores. The P cores allow you to get the best ST performance for all the responsiveness tasks which you need throughout the day. But also, for demanding workload, it helps with the throughput. E-cores offer multi-threaded performance, which you'll need for content creation and other tasks. Whereas the LPE cores gives you the performance you need for all the everyday tasks and make sure you have that all-day battery life. Let's double-click into how these are able to do that. We have our performance P cores and E cores, so Darkmont and Cougar Core, built in our performance cluster, which share a last-level cache so that they can give you that best ST&MT performance we talked about. Then we have some Darkmont cores in our efficiency cluster, which has its own resources and direct connection to the memory. So like I mentioned before, you can do your web browsing, you can watch your video, all of that could be run on this efficiency cluster, turning off that performance cluster and other resourcing. This means you're able to save tons and tons of battery life, giving that efficiency with that x86 performance. Now, I hear you ask, how are you going to maintain that data consistency? Well, our home agent makes sure at a system level we have coherency, and our per cluster coherency agent makes sure that there is coherency between the caches. All in all, balancing performance and also giving you all-day battery life. So our Cougar Cove P-Core is built on Lion Core, our previous generation P-Core architecture. It delivers the Arrow Lake-like L2 cache sizes onto a Lunar Lake-like architecture, but also it gives you that increased L3 cache from what we had on Lunar Lake. With Darkmon Ecos, it builds on the SkyMon Ecos which we had on both Arrow Lake and Lunar Lake. We have more vector throughputs, increased L2 bandwidth, but also we have DPC or dynamic prefetching controls which were added to the Darkmon core, allowing more efficient multi-threading performance to meet all your needs. Okay, we've also brought together the caching structure which we had from both Arrow Lake and Lunar Lake. So our 8 Ecos have access to the L3 cache ring, which we did not have in Lunar Lake. We have doubled the cache on our LP E-Core, which was not compared to Arrow Lake and Meteor Lake. And we have a memory side channel cache so that our LP Ecos can be self-sufficient when it's running some tasks and does not need to wake up the memory subsystem as often. We also made optimizations for the next level with our software. So our thread director implements new classification models or optimized classification models for all the new improvements we made in our P and E cores. We also have improved power management. And on top of that, we have new models, user models, which we were optimized for busy use case. This would be very useful for commercial use cases where there's a lot of applications like you're used to running in background and foreground. We also made sure that all the different core contingents can directly send feedback back to the OS. On top of that, we have some contained zones. So for efficiency, it will contain all the tasks to the low power Ecos. Then you have a hybrid mode where it will contain all the tasks in the performance cluster with P and Ecos, or a zoneless task if you wanted the ultimate multi-threaded or concurrent performance when you're doing multiple things where you can use all 3 of the cores. Overall, on top of our hardware optimization, we have tons of software optimization to deliver that performance and power efficiency we talked about before. Right. Now, I hear you guys saying, that's great, but we did not stop there. We also made improvements in all of our key XPUs across. With our graphics engine, we were able to scale to larger configuration, but we also have optimized our throughputs and done some other under the hood improvements, which we will talk about in a second. With NPU, we've improved our efficiency, and we have also improved our consistency across the stack. Our new Xe3 architecture, so if you remember, which we have with Lunar Lake and Arrow Lake, we had our Xe2 architecture, which is now improved to a Xe3 graphics architecture. We have increased cache sizes, both L1 and more importantly, we have doubled our L2 cache size. This allows reduced amount of times you have to go back and forth to the memory, which means your dependency on bandwidth is dramatically reduced. increasing your performance. We've also made our ray tracing engines more efficient. And then our vector engines, which are the muscle of the graphics core, as you would, we have made sure that for the new modern rendering techniques, we are able to use our variable register allocation and the 25% increase more threads help with better performance in these modern engines. We've also improved a lot of graphics fixed function hardware, as you can see called out on the slide. Overall, we've modernized our architecture even further to be able to deliver better performance in general, but more importantly, in new rendering techniques, you will see more performance. What does this all mean? Overall, all those improvements, along with adding more Xe cores in Panther Lake, delivers greater than 50% performance compared to our Lunar Lake. And as you can see in the graph, it's not just more performant, but it's also more power efficient. All in all, we have 50% more cores, so up to 12 Xe graphic cores in Panther Lake, which delivers more than 50% performance. But as I mentioned, in terms of efficiency, it also improves the efficiency, so 40% better efficiency compared to Arrow Lake. Enhanced ray tracing cores, as we talked about, to improve efficiency, but also our XMX engine has also scaled with our graphics cores, which means you can get up to 120 peak tops with our graphics engine. Also, we made improvements in our media engine to be able to support all the new modern codecs and future-proofing with some of the new future modern codecs too. All right. So all the improvements we talked about with our high-performance graphics GPU IP, along with some of the improvements we've done to our smart rendering. So if you remember, we introduced XeSS. With that, you're able to get more performance, smoother experience, and also better reaction time. Now we've added multi-frame gen to that, which will give even better visual, smoother experience. Last but not least, we've also done improvements to platform tuning. Our per compiler shader distributions, which will reduce the stutter when you're loading in load times. And also intelligence bias control, we've improved it to version 3, which means we can put a lot of the gaming threads onto the ecos first. This not only allows you for endurance gaming, as we call it, or power efficient gaming, but also to be able to give more power or more headroom to the graphics engine so that it can give you better overall performance. All in all, our new Xe3 engine is going to deliver better low-power gaming experience to all the gamers out there, so you will be able to enjoy Panther Lake in much more smaller, cooler form factors without compromising your overall performance. Our next-gen NPU, we have NPU 5 in Panther Lake. This offers 40%, it's 40% area efficient compared to Lunar Lake. That means we are able to put we've shrunk it without reducing the performance so that we can fit in other feature sets in the Panther Lake area. Overall, we give about 50 peak tops with the NPU. And we also have, that means that's roughly about 3.8x better than what we had on Arrow Lake. Now, on top of that, we've also added native FP8. That allows you to support more broader data sets, which will give better efficiency in certain AI models. All right. We at Intel believe in a multi-engine approach for AI. That means you can do very responsive AI needs, but low amount of AI needs. Those could be put on the CPU. Whereas if you need more power efficient, consistent AI, you could put it on the NPU. This is it could be an AI assistant or a virus scan, or GPU, where you need more bursty performance, like gaming, content creation, you will be able to put that on the GPU. So we have different engines for the right needs so that you can scale all multiple different AI workloads a lot more efficiently. And we believe that Panther Lake is built for agentic AI. I'm sure AI is the buzzword you hear in every conference you go, but we have made conscious effort with Panther Lake to be able to be ready for the next wave of agentic AI on the edge. Like I mentioned before, we have AI spread across all of our engines to be able to support varied workloads. We are doing tons of software optimization throughout the layers to be able to support both hybrid AI use cases and also native AI use cases. For example, something like a Cloud IDE, which could run natively, we will be able to support that. Or hybrid use cases where some is done in the cloud, but also you can leverage for privacy and confidential reasons, having a hybrid model is also possible. Last but not least, we support multitudes of engine, not just OpenVINO, but multitudes of engine. And this has all led up to us being able to support more than 900 models, like JJ called out, and more than 350 ISV applications. We have tremendous amount of ecosystem scale. This is going to help and already helping bringing tons of AI experiences and made sure that Panther Lake is built for agentic AI. All right. Now, I know it's easy to stop there, but let's face it, all of us spend more time in front of our webcam than on holidays. So we had to do something about it. We have made sure that we deliver an IPU engine which can give you lifelike experiences even at low lighting conditions. We have some AI techniques already in the IPU so that it can happen on real-time video and you don't have to go to the other engines. Again, following our theme of having AI sprinkled across for all the different right use cases. We have also made sure that these AI techniques help with live tone mapping. So if you're in a darker environment, you still are able to portray the best beautiful self without any lighting constraints. We also have hardware-based staggered HDR, which gives a lot of vivid colors, but at a much lower power. So, net, we have improved our IPU to deliver best lifelike visuals, but also in certain techniques, improved our power efficiency to be able to do all of this at improved battery life. Okay, I know I keep saying this. We did this and we could have stopped there. Well, we did not want to just leave you hanging without making the improvement of the most important thing in this modern world. Some would say better than food, they need Wi-Fi. So we had to improve connectivity. Intel Wi-Fi 7 technology gives you the most reliable Wi-Fi connection, but also the best-in-class transfer speeds, even past a lot of the obstacles. We also have added new Bluetooth experiences. So our AuraCast allows you to connect multiple Bluetooth headsets to the same source, which means if you're on a plane watching a movie with your partner, you can now do that with the same, connecting to the same laptop. On top of that, we have increased or doubled our Bluetooth range compared to our previous generation. This means you're able to connect in much larger spaces with Panther Lake and the Wi-Fi solution coming with Panther Lake. Overall, more reliable, longer distance connection, more experiences with our wireless experience. Okay, let me now put it all together. I talked about a lot of different things. At the highest level, our CPU gives improved core performance, 10% better single-threaded performance at similar power compared to Lunar Lake, 50% more multi-threaded performance at similar power compared to Lunar Lake, and 30% better multi-threaded performance at, 30% lower power at the same multi-threaded performance compared to Arrow Lake. Now, of course, that was just CPU. GPU, you get 50% better performance compared to Lunar Lake and Arrow Lake in GPU performance. We've also reduced the area or made more efficient area with our NPU so that we can fit other feature sets in. We have reduced power in many different use cases, especially the hardware staggered HDR, dynamic HDR, which we talked about in the IPU, about 1.5 watts. Overall, 10% lower SoC power compared to Lunar Lake, and 40% lower power compared to Arrow Lake. Lunar Lake efficiency, Arrow Lake performance, one single scalable package. That is Panther Lake. Panther Lake, I talked a lot about architectural scalability and choice. This means we have put it in three different choice points. One, a 8-core package. Two, a 16-core package. Three, a 16-core 12xe package. So our 8-core package delivers 4 P cores and 4 LPE cores. This is our baseline configuration. This also has some of the other XPUs which we talked about integrated into the compute tile and also our memory subsystem to improve latency. In our platform controller tile, we have 12 PCIe lanes, 8 Gen 4, 4 Gen 5s, and multitudes of other I/O connectivity which will help with your day-to-day compute needs. And we have our compute tile, our graphics tile, as mentioned, separated out, so as you can see, to give scalable graphics options. As we go to our next die package, which is our 16-core die package, this adds 8 extra E-cores for that multi-threaded performance, bumps up the memory transfer speeds, and also increases the amount of PCIe lanes. More specifically, our Gen 5 lanes are increased so that you can connect storage, more RAID storages or discrete graphics cards, other I/O devices which you want to connect. Last but not least, our 12xe configuration adds extra Xe cores. As we talked about, we have increased memory transfer speeds and up to 12, we've added 12xe engines overall. This means this will deliver significant improvements in integrated graphics performance. Overall, Panther Lake, we have up to 16 cores of CPU cores, up to 12 Xe graphics cores, 96 MB of LP DDR with a up to 9600 megatransfers per second, or 128 gigs of DDR5. We have multitudes of other IPs, as I talked about. Panther Lake delivers core performance improvements, game-changing graphics, leading AI experiences, and power efficiency. All of this at scale with more designs, more price points, and more experiences. Hope you can enjoy Panther Lake soon.